Hello and welcome to Beyond the Lunch. I am your host, Attorney Montgomery of Off the Mark IP Solutions, where we help clients throughout the United States with trademarks, copyright, and business development solutions. Thank you so much for joining us this Thursday for Ask Me Thursday. We have a good one today. It's one that we really need to address. It talks about copyrights. We do a lot of talk on Ask Me Thursday. We get a lot of questions about trademarks, but I really want to address copyrights today because the internet makes it so easy to infringe on copyrights that people don't even realize that they're doing it when they're doing it. Especially with social media, when it comes into play and we're sharing things, from Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram and Snap and all those different platforms, it's really easy for a lot of people to forget that the things that they're sharing might be protected by copyrights because it's so easy to do it. So we're going to talk about that today. The question is, am I infringing on someone's copyright by sharing quotes? We're going to talk specifically about quotes today because, and this is a shout out to Pastor Hart Ramsey of NCC Safe Harbor, and I'm going to say Montgomery location because that's where the church that I attend or visit. He shared something on his page where he basically made a post and another popular Facebook page just took that and created their own quotable out of it. So, everybody's like, that's copyright infringement, you need to do something about it, that's terrible. And let's talk about that. Because there's two things that happen that come into play that people oftentimes use interchangeably, and that's plagiarism and copyright. And just because something someone might plagiarize something does not necessarily mean that they infringed on the copyright work. So all those quotes, all those things like that, protectable. Let's talk about it, really quick. So remember, copyrights protect things that are in original tangible form, an original work that's in a tangible form. So quotes, if they are original, and we're going to say written for this scenario that we're talking about, they could be protected by copyrights, but they had to be more than just short phrases, and they had to contain a certain level of creativity. That's another thing. So we're not talking about short phrases and these things that you want to enforce and brand as your own. They have to maintain or have some level of creativity. So the first thing we want to talk about, let's talk about originality, because when people think original, they think of it maybe like in the trademark sense where they look at same or similar. For copyrights, that's not necessarily the case. We're not talking about something, we're not preventing people from writing something or doing something similar to what you're doing. We want people to avoid using what you have created and sharing it as their own. That's what we're talking about with copyright. So I think the name copy and copyrights makes it a little confusing because people are like, oh, they copied me, so they infringed on my copyright, and that's not necessarily the case. So Justice Holmes said in an opinion once that originality refers to someone's personal reaction to something. So basically, what's your unique expression to what's going on around you? Meaning that, I always give this example here. So let's say I wrote a book. Hey Karen, let's say I wrote a book, right? First of all, let's back up. Let's say I'm trapped in a basement somewhere with no internet access, and then someone across the room or across the world is also trapped in the basement, no internet access, no access to people or anything like that. And so we decide to write about our experience. Maybe I write a book and they write a song, and they are very similar, right? Because we're in a basement, and so they're similar because they have some similar aspects to it, but because there are unique expression, our unique how we feel about the situation, I wrote my book, they wrote their song, it's still an original work to us individually, even if it does contain some similar aspects. And I hope that makes sense for you when we're talking about copyrights. So first of all, it has to be original, and then second of all, it has to be in tangible form. And in this case, we're talking about written, but tangible form can be, in a video, it can be music, it can be something that's fixed, something tangible, meaning that you can touch it. The next thing we really want to talk about is creativity. So with creativity, it's not a, as it is with the law, it's not like a measuring stick where you can say, is this creative enough? You know, it's nothing like that, but it has to contain some minimal level of creativity to it. There are some things that are just automatically not considered creative, such as like raw data. If you just have something where you're just stating like facts of information that's real, especially if it's readily accessible, just raw data in itself with no, let's say it's not a story to it or anything like that, just raw data, that's not creative. So you think of things like names, addresses, phone numbers, so like phone books and directories, those things aren't creative. Anything that might just contain like a list of content or recipes or ingredients, those things aren't creative. So people always want to know, how can I protect my recipe? You really can't, not by copyrights or registering it in that form, because they don't protect just lists of ingredients. Now, excuse me, you know, you can have a trade secret, just don't let the bush dog anywhere near your kitchen, or else he might try to let your secret out. That's funny to me. It might not be funny to you. Depending on how old you are, I guess. But here are some suggestions I have for you. So the main thing I want you to take away from this is, as if you are like getting ready to share a quote and you're like, oh, am I infringing on someone's copyright? So this is what I want you to do. If you are getting ready, let's say you're on social media, right? You're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, something of that nature, and you're getting ready to hit the share button. That's okay, because they're on a platform where they want you to share. But let's say you're on that platform and you see something that's just, oh man, this is so great, my people really love this. And instead of sharing it, maybe you screenshot it and then edit it to remove all evidence of the other person's name or brand, so that when you share it, it looks like it's yours. That's plagiarism, one, and two, infringement. Because the person that owns the copyright gets to say how it is out, how it is shared, how it is, you know, sold and viewed and things of that nature. And by doing, if you have to do all of that, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. If you can't just hit the share button, then you're doing something you have. If you have to screenshot it and then edit it and then put your branding on it, no, don't do that. If you didn't come up with it, don't put your branding on it. That's first and foremost. So don't take it and put it on your page. There's a page that I really, really like and respect. It's called Because of Them We Can. And what I really love about them is that even when they see a story that's been shared on social media, they will reach out to the person that originally posted that video and seek their permission before they post it on their page. Because oftentimes what happens is that one of these popular pages will get a hold of a quote or a video, and it will just go viral on their page, and the people who originally posted the content will just be sitting there like, you know, they're not getting the likes, they're not getting the shares and the follows and all those things, and the people coming to their page. So you want to make sure that you're always giving the person, you know, credit and seeking permission before you share certain things. If you are in a position where you notice that a lot of your content is being shared and you're not getting the credit for it, like they're making it seem like it's theirs, one of the things I would suggest is maybe, because we all do this, right? Don't we all take, well, in a perfect world, we all try to schedule our content out and have it scheduled in advance, right? And so if you're coming up with these original quotes, why don't you take all that content and put it together as a collection and register it with the Copyright Office, right? Because now it's in a tangible written form, it's all in a collection, one work, and register it. And then when you share it, and you see someone else sharing your work without your permission and making it seem like it's theirs, now you have some teeth behind that bite when you're telling them that it's infringement. All right, well, that's what I have for you today, I think. Give me a second. Yeah, that's what I have. Just a quick Ask Me Thursday. So that is the question: am I infringing on someone's copyright by sharing a quote? And the answer is Possibly. If it's original work in a fixed tangible form and it has some level of creativity and it's not a short phrase, then it's possible that the use of that quote can be copyright infringement. And if you're going to share it, be honest about it. If you did not create the work, don't act like you did. Don't act like you did. Just share it and keep, if it says something on there like Hart Ramsey Media or Pastor Hart Ramsey or Boss Babe or whatever these different pages are that are coming up with these quotes, make sure that you keep that on there. And then also for the people that are creating these quotes, make sure that they are original before you start throwing a fit about whether or not somebody's infringing on your stuff. Make sure that that this is something that you actually came up with. I know a lot of people say they want to claim credit for things that cannot be protected. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. Remember, if you have a question that you want us to answer, make sure that you DM us on our page. Our email is at hello@off-the-mark-ipsolutions.com. Also, don't forget, today is Thursday, so tomorrow is our big webinar, our brand legal webinar, where we're going to teach you how to use trademarks, copyright, and patents to protect your brand, your content, and your ideas. It's free. All you have to do is register, and I will put the link to that in the comments. All right? Take care.